Hello everyone, I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have this nice laptop. This is an ASUS Zenbook. It's a pretty nicely built aluminum chassis. It's pretty banged up. A client brought in for a service. And the exact, this is a Zenbook UX5401Z model. But as we know that ASUS loves giving their laptop three names, like it's on a witness program protection. So is also known as an ASUS ZenBook 14 OLED model. So either a ZenBook 14 OLED version or the exact technical model is a UX5401Z. And in this video, I'm going to take you on a step-by-step how you can open it up and how you can repaste, clean up the fan system, and clean up the motherboard in your laptop. If yours running really bit hot and you just want to do regular service and maintenance, this video is for you. All right, so with all that said, let's get into it. First thing first, you want to power off. Just remember, by doing servicing and cleaning, you're not going to lose anything in the system. Everything's going to be left the way you had it before. So it's pretty much just plug and play. So let's power it off and flip it upside down. I'm going to go over the tools that I'll be using. All the tools and everything will be linked in the video description in case you want to purchase yours. So let's go over those. A good important one is an alcohol, isopropylic or isopropylic alcohol, 98 or 99% plus. Don't get anything under 98%. You need a good screwdriver set. I would recommend the iFixit screwdriver set, as they have all the best screwdriver bits out there. I purchased myself this basic tool set. And from here, we're going to be using a few bits. And I'm going to go into it in a second. For the opening tool, if you get the Pro set, they will include you with an opening tools and some tweezers. If not, grab yourself a metallic guitar pick. These are suitable to opening cases and covers. You need a curved or straight tweezers. And with all that said, let's get into it. Oh, you need one sheet of the workshop towel. Also, I forgot. So one sheet of the workshop towel. People always say, can I use a microfiber towel? No, use a workshop towel. The reason is, as soon as you put an alcohol on this one and you try to clean the components, the CPU, GPU, this will rip apart and will prevent damage on the components on the board. So use this workshop towel. And you need a good thermal paste. And the type of thermal paste that you use depends to your likings and what you can get your hands on. I recommend the Arctic MX4 or MX, the new one I came out with an MX7. These are really good. Even from the 4 to 5 or 6 or even 7, whichever you can get your hands on it, they're really good. If you want to go overkill, a little expensive, go with a PTM 7950. These are phase change material type. These are really good. They come from the factory with these ones. Again, they're expensive and there's lots of fake ones out there. Or you can go over budget and go with the Thermal Grizzly thermal paste, extreme. But in this video, we're going to go with the Arctic MX4. With all that said, let's get into it. First thing first, we are going to remove the back rubber legs in here, not the front ones, the back ones. Put an opening tool underneath and just lift up, and there's a little adhesive. We can put a double-sided tape underneath if yours is not sticky anymore. Put them to one side. And you're going to grab a Phillips number 1, and you want to unscrew the screws under each leg. All right, just look at if the screw comes out, remove it. If not, just leave it there, but just make sure. I can remove it with the tweezers right there. Now, we need to remove the one in the mid, on the bottom, on the side, in the middle, in the front. These are Torx T5. So we're going to use a T5 Torx, and we're going to remove all of the screws. All the screws are the same size and height, so don't worry about matching them. So go ahead and start from one corner and remove all of them. Also, if you guys like my videos, if you find my videos helpful and helping you guys out, you can support the channel by clicking that like and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. It helps and motivates me to make more videos, take requests, and answer your questions in the comment area. I appreciate that. Don't forget the one in the middle. All right, once we remove all those, we're going to grab the opening tool, in this case, the guitar pick, and we're going to start from the front end of the laptop. We're going to stick the guitar pick between the bottom cover and the palm rest, and we're going to just twist it right there. You're going to hear a big click sounds. That's normal. Those are the clips are getting loose. So do this all around. I'm sticking about 1 or 2 millimeter of the guitar pick, not the whole guitar pick. Go to the corner, to the sides, go to the back corner, and there's another clip. There's a clips in the middle. Once you lift it up, you're gonna feel a little tension in the middle, and you just pop it out. And those are the clips are right over here. 1 and 2. The 2 clips. These clips hold it from the battery from the corners here. Right. Now you can take it outside, clean it up if yours is dirty. Right down here we can see 2 nice fans, very nicely built. 2 heat sink, 2 heat pipes going around for 1 CPU. That's pretty actually nice, pretty neat. I like the build. There's a nice big battery right over here. First thing first, we're gonna disconnect the battery. The connector is right over here. To disconnect the battery, it's really simple. All you want to do, you want to put a little plastic or move it right on the right side and lift it up from the one side upward. It comes out really good. You don't have to stick it really hard underneath, just on the side. And it will just pop out like that. That's how you can disconnect it. Once you disconnect the battery, next you want to remove any. You don't have to remove if you want to remove the battery, but we're just going to disconnect it. We're going to start switching back to a Phillips number 1. We are going to remove the 3-4 screws on the heatsink, right on the here in the middle. Let me see if we do need to disconnect. We're not going to remove the fans right now. First, we're going to grab it near the CPU, right in here, and we're going to bring it up and down a little bit, and it should release the heatsink. The only thing is sucking up too much is because of the thermal paste is really dry. So we're going to twist a little bit. Always make sure you're near the CPU. Don't do it here, otherwise you're going to bend the tubing. You see, it just snapped open. Now we can lift up the heatsink. This heatsink goes right underneath here. I don't know why. Let me see. Yeah, actually the metal goes right under this fan. That's horrible because this side actually comes out with no problem, but this side and some part of this is going under the fan. So pretty much we have to remove this screw. So let's remove the 3 screws on the left side. I recommend to remove their fans completely to clean them up nicely. So remove the 3 screws on this fan. You can just lift it up. I can get my finger in there. Just remove it, bring it up, put it to this side. You see that metal goes right underneath. That's just stupid right there. Why do they even have that? All right, now don't yank on the cable. You can damage them. You can use a little tweezers, sharp tweezers, and just help it in here and push it, and it will come out. So take the fan outside, use a little soft toothbrush to clean it with a toothbrush, blow some air, and clean it out. On this side, same thing. If you want to take it outside, clean it up, first disconnect the fan. You have to slide it back over. Let's go ahead and remove the screw. Remove this plastic right now. Remove the screws. Always makes life easier to remove the screws first, and then you have more room to work. Now, it came out actually pretty good. So if it didn't come out, just slide it with a pointy tweezers, slide it back towards yourself. Now we can go ahead and remove the heatsink. And look at that one. So there's the fan, and look, that so much thermal paste right in there. This thermal paste is a PTM phase change material. So in here, they do actually have a thermal putty. It's not a thermal paste, so you can put a thermal putty in here, but actually you don't need to. Don't touch it, just leave it. But if you want to replace it, you can buy yourself a thermal putty. Just put a group of thermal putty in here. Don't put a thermal paste. And we're going to remove all this. Just be careful in here. We're going to remove all this thermal paste in here. Just first scrub it off with a spatula, plastic one, so you remove those big, huge chunk. Next, we're going to grab one corner of the workshop towel. You're going to soak it in an alcohol. Regarding this plastic, they don't have any more adhesion, so they're not sticky. So don't leave it in there. It's going to get stuck up to the fan. So just take it outside. You don't have to put it. So we're going to wipe over the CPU, a little more pressure, press on it a little bit. and just wipe back and forward. You see this one rips apart and will prevent damaging on the components. So just a little more alcohol. As long as you clean the crystal die on the CPU, that's all you care about. Don't worry about if there's a little thermal paste around it. You don't worry about that. As long as you clean up the crystal. And to clean up the heatsink, make sure you put two fingers at the back so you don't bend the tubing. And same thing in here. Put on lots of alcohol and back and forward. All you care about is the center part right in here where it touches the crystal die. You don't have to go crazy cleaning everything. Don't touch this part because this touches the uh, regulators for the power regulators right in here, the condensers. So don't touch those. Just put a little bit of the thermal putty if you want to put it. If you don't, nothing will happen. It's still gonna have the same performance. Thermal putties, they come just like this. They just come like a little bit of the goop. So what you want to do, you want to grab a little bit of goop like this, and you can just make a tiny ball, tiny sphere ball, and put them right over here. But first, you have to scrub the old one out so you can put a fresh one on top. So that's what you want to do. Or you can just leave it in there on top. Nothing will happen. I will recommend replacing the thermal putty, but if yours you don't touch the original one, leave it the way it is. Right? You can take it outside, use a toothbrush to clean the air vents in here, the dust on the board and everything. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll be back once I clean up here. There we have it. So I took it outside, I clean up the air vents, I clean up the board a little bit with a toothbrush, clean up the fan. Now we're gonna apply the thermal paste. So we're gonna put one line over the main die, just like that, and one tiny line on the secondary, which is the PCH chip. There we go. Next, you wanna grab the heatsink, bring it evenly over the CPU, just like that. And then you wanna tighten up the 4 screws in the middle. Always cross screw them. So always grab one ready on the point and bring it. Put one in the one corner, and the next one goes in the opposite side. That way the thermal paste evenly will spread over the CPU. So always make sure to do this. Always cross screw them. Once you're done with that, you want to grab the fan. Before you put the fan in, make sure the connector for the fan it goes in the jack. Align it, align it in front of the jack evenly, and then push it right into it. There we go. Drop the fan in place. Grab the other fan. Same thing in here. Align it, and then it goes in. And drop the fan. There we go. Now next is to put the screws for the fan. 3 screws on each fan. You want to grab the connector for the battery, and you want to make sure it's all the pins are aligned with the jack, and you want to bring it down evenly, and you just want to push it down with 2 fingers, one on each side like this, and it goes in. It's nice and soft. And one last thing down here would be if you want to grab this one, put it right over, you could just put a little adhesive. But again, this is not going to help with anything. Just, I wouldn't put it on. But if you want, you can put a little double-sided tape right in here and it will stick right into it. And that's it. But again, if it comes out, it comes out. Don't worry about it. They dry out over time. Grab the bottom cover that you cleaned, put it over. Make sure you push the corner, the side, the back. You hear those nice big click sounds. In the middle, there's a 2 clicks, hooks. Right in here, you press it down. And to finish it off is to put the bottom screws. Remember, there's 2 big screws. Those are the Phillips screw goes under the hinge, under the rubber feet at the back, and the rest of the screws goes all over the bottom screws, bottom cover. Again, I hope you guys like this video and helped you guys out to do your own service and maintenance for your ASUS Zenbook 14 OLED model. If you have any question or request, feel free to leave them in a video comment. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Just gonna finish up putting up the bottom screw.